Big thing with the shoe that I'm going to jump into the shoe collection now. Big thing with the shoes was the zoom bag that you guys had on the 8. How is that different with the 9, and what is your kind of like preference, I guess, now that you guys improved on the 9?
Oh, it was a new bag with the 9. I tried out the bag KD6 Elite, and it felt a little too heavy for me. The look was nice, but it just felt a little too heavy. So, I wanted to go back to it somehow, and they made the bag that fit me perfectly, and also the fly knit. It felt like a slipper, so I just slid it on and I just went and played and made it easy.
What about the strap on your shoes? You seem to go back and forth. Is that an injury-related thing, or is that a just this year is a strap, next year there's not?
Who knows? There's nothing to do with injuries or none of that stuff. But I might wake up tomorrow and say, hey, Leo, whatever you got for the 10, I want a strap on there.
Make it cool.
It's how I feel at that time, and I think that's the best part about this relationship is that I can just literally text Leo and be like, I like airplanes, so put something put
a propeller on the back and make me fly.
Make something and make it fly. And he'll really try his hardest to do it. And, but that makes the team, that makes this whole thing work, man. Is you got guys that challenge themselves every single day to be better, and that's making this whole thing better. So
So like growing up in the DMV area, like foam posits, North Face, all that, and then moving to Austin, cowboy boots, culture. How does moving around influence your personal style and thus also your signature line of the XTs?
It just makes you more confused. I grew up on foam posits, flight posits, Nike boots, North Face jackets, first down coats, like all that stuff, like the winter gear.
Right.
I grew up on that. So to come down here in the wintertime, I was wearing shorts, and I was wearing flip-flops in the winter. And instead of, trying to get fresh for the winter, I was just trying to figure out, how I can stay cool. So, my mindset changed in that fact as well. And then I went to the West Coast where they just do everything different. So that whole, just having so many different cultures, just living in so many different cities, it made me confused. But I'm still a flight posit, foam posit guy. But I like a lot of different things.
You mentioned you're excited about the Olympics, upcoming. A lot of players have dropped out for one reason or another, whether it's injury or whatever else. Why is it important to you, or what's exciting to you about the opportunity to play in the Olympics?
Well, it's the Olympics, you get that opportunity a lot, and a lot of the guys, from Carmelo to Durant to CP, they played in multiple. They played I think LeBron might have played 3 of them. I don't know. The guys played in 2 or 3 Olympics, and I wanted to be one of those guys. As simple as that. And I just wanted to compete this summer. When I play in the Olympics, when you're in game mode, it's a little different than when you're in workout mode in the summer. So it'd be cool to be in game mode again earlier than usual.
You said earlier that you're at the age now guys come to you for advice or anything. How do you feel when you see a guy doing your moves on the court? Does it make you feel good that he's taking them, or does it depend on how well he does them?
Well, I try to take a lot of Dirk moves and I do them, but they don't look as good as him. I know it's a little harder than just taking a move and figuring it out. But first of all, I'm on college campus that I was on 10 years ago. That's a trip in itself right there. So that shows me that I'm becoming a veteran guy. So high school kids, college kids going to the league, high school kids going to college, they just ask me for a little advice. I'm like, now I remember I was you. Yeah. I try to let them know what I went through. Hopefully it helps. So it's a humbling experience being the older. I wouldn't say the old. The older guy now. Our league is so young. So a lot of these guys ask me for advice, whether it's from family to friends to basketball to my approach mentally to the game. And I'm just happy to to share everything that I've learned.
When you first came into the league and you had your own shoe, it was $88. How affordable it was really important. Now it's obviously getting higher up. Was there like a shift along the way as you evolved as a player, or what kind of went into that as you guys started to build out the shoes to be more expensive?
As humble as I can say it, I'm not an $88 player. Like I'm an elite player in the league, and I wanted everything to be affordable. But I knew we had to, sacrifice some stuff, and I just wanted the fans of the shoe and the brand to just stay patient with me and stay patient with who I am as a player and the level I was trying to go to. But in these shoes, you get it all for a nice price.
And the quote I liked at the Innovation Summit was you said it was a $250 shoe for $150.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a lot going on. So
it is. I mean, you get the newest innovation, you get the newest bag, Zoom bag, and you get my story on with it. So if you're a fan of what I do in the game of basketball, like this is perfect for you. And it's at a great price. But like I said, as I evolved as a player, I knew that the shoes, in order for it to stay on the course, we had to stay on the same course trajectory. That I might have to come up a little bit on some of the stuff that I said earlier, and hopefully people understand. I think a lot of people have, though.
cool.
Piggybacking off of his question, you made reference to the fact that you make shoes for basketball players. What about this shoe is straight up for the young kid who might only buy one shoe this summer?
Yeah. I told someone earlier, I don't know if you heard, but I was thinking like every situation I've been in, I had to step in and figure it out. And whether it's from coming here, whether it's from going to Seattle, going to Oklahoma City, going to Oak Hill Academy, going to 4 different high schools, I had to step in and adapt and adjust. And that's what these shoes are. That's why they look like slippers. I just let them just go. And on the court, they throw 2 defenders at me. I got to figure it out at some point. If I go into the lane, I don't know what I'm gonna do before I go in there. I got to figure it out at some point. So that's how my shoes are. You slide them on and you just go.
Cool. One last question. I just gotta ask you about the hill that you used to run. Before any of this, didn't want to run the hill. What sort of spurred you on?
My mom made me.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go all day. I would work out all day, and then I have to run the hill at night. I mean, I was like, this is bullshit. Why I gotta do this?
What was most fun? When you said she made you,
I mean, I can't respond to my mom. I can't really say anything. If I say anything, is she gonna take it somewhere else. If I complain, she gonna think I'm disrespecting her, and we gonna have this whole standoff thing. So I was just like, all right, I'll do it. But if you go 6 hours, 7 hours throughout the whole day working on your game, and then at night you got to run up the hill, you're gonna get some pushback. So she understood that, but she still made me do it.
But does she ever now just call up and hey, maybe you want to run some more hills?
No. I call her up and say, look, don't just be mom right now. Don't worry about the basketball stuff. Then, but she still pushes me to this day. Mentally, I think she pushes me to another level. She challenges me every day mentally instead of physically.
She knows just what to say.
Yeah, she got
Yeah, do it.
She's still coaching me no matter what.
Thanks for